Let's get some ed in your head.
Welcome back to part 3 where we have a look at editing. Now, editing doesn't have to be that painstakingly scary, really time-consuming business. I know I've had lots of practice at filming. It is my job for the majority of my work week. However, at the beginning, I was just like you. I had no training and no qualifications, and I was thrown into the deep end. But my school was really supportive, and they gave me time to go and figure out all of this myself. And then they were really supportive because what I was producing was of a good quality. So that gave me then more time to go and investigate even more amazing things that I could do. And do you know what? Even in that time, I have only just scratched the surface of what's possible in home filming. So today I want to go through and I want to show you how to edit the video that we're doing. Okay, so editing the video, I'm going to actually edit the last video I did. I'm going to show, so it'll have already been up there and you'll have already watched it, but you'll be able to see the raw version, and we'll go through and we'll cut all of the dodgy bits out and we'll add some titles and it will become what you've already seen. So here we go. This is my Final Cut Pro software. Look at that. I'm wearing the same gear I was there. So I have already imported this video. What I did is I went up to this downward facing arrow, okay, and that allows me to choose my media import. So you go to whatever file it is and you just import it, or you drag it and dump it there. So I've got an Ecamm Live recording. You might have an OBS, you might have a Camtasia, whatever it is, it'll be there if you've imported it. Then you drag it down to the runway there. Now, I draw your attention over here to this side. I have my sound highlighted at the moment, which is this speaker button up the top. I like to do my sound first, but like I said before, one size doesn't always fit all, so you can do things in whatever order you like. And you're going to learn things that I know nothing about, so I'd really love it if you shared it with me. So I click on equalization, and instead of being flat, I choose voice enhance because most of my audio is my voice. And the software is awesome. It knows what a voice should sound like and does its filtering thing. I then take out my noise because I have a busy road out the front of my house. I like to take out some of that humming. And then you'll notice that on the screen here, this dialog box is way up into the orange and the red, and we don't want that because that means it's offensive to our ears. So go up to the master volume and lower the entire clip's audio so that only a few of your peaks are into that yellow and red. Now this is my playhead. This is my marker of where I am in my video. As I drag it along the timestamps, you can see that the video that I've already filmed changes. It should sound pretty good. Hello there and welcome back to part 2 of my Teacher Filming from Home series. Sounds pretty good. There's no offensive peaks. There's no, strange noises. That's great. But I did notice at the very beginning, there was a fairly significant delay. Quite a delay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to where I don't look like an alien. There's my face, and I'm going to press Control B. Now, Control B brings up a blade, okay? So B for blade means you cut it wherever your playhead is. Now, I'm going to click on that little bit, and I'm going to delete it. And the other thing I want to do is I want to bring in my introductory video. This one, and I'm going to stick it at the beginning of my clip here.
Let's get some ed in your head.
Hello there and welcome back to part. What a great transition. So now we're coming into part 2. And I've just said welcome everybody to part 2. And I'd like to put a banner across the screen below me to show it's very similar to what I did in video 1. Now I know you're watching video 3 and I'll edit video 3 shortly, but this is us editing video 2. So we're going to part 2 and I'm going to go up to this T here. This is our titles. Okay, so you can actually make any of these. So if I go up to and click on titles, it gives you everything you could possibly want and you can drag them down. So you can have any of these and look at just how many there are. There are masses of them. Now, which one would I like to use? This one. So I'm going to keep it the same as what I've done before. So where my logo is, I want to change that. So see this source here? I'm going to drag my logo over here and I'm going to put it in there. Look at that. So it should be right there. You can see my logo there right now. And if you click on that, you can move it to wherever you want to. So I moved mine over to the side, and then I write what my video is going to be about. So this is video 2. This is talking about structuring the video. So scripting and filming our video. So I drag my playhead back again and press play and see if it's what I want. Back to part 2 of my teacher filming from home series. Now, I go into what I want to plan and edit, and that's what I'm talking about. So I actually want to put a list up of things that we're going to do. So again, I go to that title generator and I choose what sort of list I want. Now, you can hover over the top of them and it will show you what it's going to look like. So I like this one here, execute our video. Well, so there you go. So we start talking about 3 parts. What are we going to do? We might list those 3 parts. The 3 stages to filming, and then we highlight them in here and list them. Plan and execute our video. Well, what do we need to know to be able to do that? Well, what I think is that your video should have 3 parts. Okay, so we're at the first part. So that's something that I want to emphasize. So I'm going to have another title generator. I used this really lovely one last video, and I want to kind of keep everything fairly similar. The first part is, I think, and this is my opinion, that you should have an intro. So I'm going to write in here, introduction, and then on here, have an intro. I can drag it out for as long as I'm talking about the introduction. Now I've got to this point here where I have some wasted space because I'm actually writing during that time. Okay, so I want to drag that range out. And the other thing I want to do is I want to grab the end of this and drag it to where I want it to be. So here's where I want it to be. I'm going to drag the end out all the way over. So I say introduction for the whole way. So it looks like this. And that's about it. So your intro, what's it about and what do they need? The second part of your video is going to be the body part. So now I want to copy this purple one, the step 1 bit, and I want to paste it. All you have to do is press V and it will paste wherever your red line, your timestamp is. So there you go, it takes me to the end of it. Now this bit is going to say body, isn't it? Because that's what we're talking about. So I go up here and I go step 2, body. So this is where you're talking about, and I'm going to talk about it too because you've already seen it, what's going to be in the body section part. You might be teaching anatomy and you might be talking about the body, but for everybody else, your lesson is going to have a body. So perhaps in this bit, in the body bit, where I'm talking about 7 to 15 minutes and what I want to cut out, maybe that's where we put in one of these titles and we list the things that we're going to cut out. So I drag it down and you cut out every. So there you go, I've added this transition in here and now I'm going to drag it out for the entire time that I'm talking about it. There you go, so I'm going to drag it out to this point here because that's where I stopped talking about it. Flick it back again and that's what you get to put in the video, okay? Which means that in let's say a 45-minute to 60-minute lesson, you probably are only teaching for 7 to 15 minutes. Now I'm just going to take out some of that space there and I'm going to check and see what I start talking about next. Another thing to think about is you don't have to teach the entire concept because the students are going to have tasks set by you in this lesson probably, or maybe at the end of your video, where they need to go and read a section of the textbook. Okay, so we got to the end of our body bit because then I say and at the end. Information. And then at the end, so it's this gap here where I'm going to want to put in my third title, I guess you want to say. So I'm going to go back to my second one, which is this one here, and I'm going to copy it and press paste, and it puts it automatically in where I want to say step 3, but obviously it doesn't say that yet. And then at the end, so I need to put in my step 3, same steps to do that as before. Step 3, summary of your information or your video. And then we go back to our playhead and press play because we want to find out where I finished talking about my summary, and I want to drag that title to where I finished talking about it. So I'm going to take out that range there where I'm writing. You can see what I'm highlighting. That's what I'm taking out. Now I can notice here that at this stage in time, my audio and my video are a little bit out of sync. So what I can do is click on this clip that I want to augment, right click on it and press on detach audio, and that pulls out my audio. Now usually my audio is only a little bit out, but I'm trying to do so many things in this program that maybe it's getting a little bit dodgy. There you go. So I've just moved that audio so slightly so as to align it. Now I noticed that I started talking about step 4, the optional outro, but I've still got step 3 on the video on the screen, so I need to make sure that I pull that title back. Okay, so it's summarized it. This bit here, I need to drag my title back so that when I start talking about step 4, step 3 is not on the screen anymore. We've done our intro, we've done our body, now we've summarized it. Some people would like to add a 4th element, which is an outro. So what we do is we copy and paste our step 3 and put it where I start talking about outros. 4th element. I've got my number 4 up there, so I click on this and I drag it to about where I want it. People would like to add a 4th element, which is, and I do step 4, and you might like to, you can write whatever you like, it's your video, and I'm going to put in brackets optional because not everybody's going to want to do that. So again, we play it until we get to the end of talking about it and we pull that title back. People would like to add a 4th element, which is an outro. There we go. That's the end. So I'm going to drag this one back to my playhead there. And then it should disappear as I go into my next thing that I'm talking about. But that's totally and completely up to you. Now this is something where I want to provide emphasis to it. So I'm going to use a different title generator and I'm going to put it up in the top left or right hand corner. So one size fits all. Now you notice that it's down the bottom and I want to move it up the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put what I want to put in there at the moment, and then I'm going to move it. So that's what I'm going to say, and now I need to move it. That's about where I want it to be. Okay, let's see if that looks about right. Technological or in the classroom, there is no one size fits all that works for everybody. So in the next video, which means I'm going to put in the next video, but I can probably just copy the one I've already done. Go up to the end, press paste. In the next video, if you want to hang around, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in maybe even this video and film how to edit it. Woohoo! How to put in and edit. Look at that. That's exactly what we've been doing. So I'm going to drag that out until I stop talking about what's in the next film. And some people do an exit at the end. I don't normally do that. You know where the subscribe button is. Stay with me for the next installment and I'll see you soon. Bye. And now I'm going to cut it before my eyes look down. There you go. Control B. Now I'm going to put a light at the end and I'm going to Control B this. Get rid of them. Stay with me for the next installment and I'll see you soon. Bye. And there we have it. So what we should have is a fully edited video. Now, if you find yourself saying or are or so, or you don't like one of your transitions where you've cut stuff out, then put in another transition or crop your video, as in a lot of TikTok videos, if there's a mistake, they zoom in or they zoom out because it takes your mind off the change in the video. So I might put that light sweep in here. Here we go. So our final
Let's get some
product.
Ed.
Hello there and welcome back to... No, I'm going to take that out. Didn't like that.
Let's get some Ed in your head.
Hello there and welcome back to part 2 of my Teacher Filming from Home series. So this video we want to... So there you go. That was a very quick rundown of how to do some editing and to add some titles, take out some ums and ahs, and basically just edit something. Now you're going to get really, really quick at it the more practice you undertake. It's taken me from the beginning when I was using a laptop to do my filming at home. I would do for a 3 to 4 minute video 26 cut and paste to align those audio and video files or audio and video inputs, and that was really frustrating. But with a good PC and good software and good films, as I get better and make less mistakes, my editing time dives down, and it's really something achievable now, and I'm getting good feedback from students that they're enjoying my films, and I absolutely no doubt that with practice your students will enjoy yours as well. So stay with me now. If you want to, we can go and have a look at more things in this series or in my channel. I'll see you around. Bye.